All right, Dave, so we got all the wood nailer done. We got the guys who are installing insulation and the membrane right behind us. And something we always preach on, we're only going to go so far today, right? We're not going to lay all the insulation up.
No.
Whatever you lay out, you got to cover up that day.
Yeah.
We're not going to leave this insulation.
That's rule
roofing
one.
101, yeah. You want to speak to how important it is to keep track of these purlins?
Well, you have to keep track of the purlins because this is maybe 24, maybe 26 gauge. You're not going to get a pull out on the pan here, so you have to keep track of the purlins. They're 1.5 to 2, somewhere in that area.
Inch to 2 inch, depending on the channel, the purlin you have.
Very easy to get off, and then you have nothing holding.
It's not like a regular steel metal deck where a guy can kind of eyeball that.
Yes, no. Well, and you'll notice here, it's kind of nice that they kind of dab these with caulking because you can see how straight the lines are.
Yeah.
And you have to mimic that or you're going to not have any wind uplift.
So you'll notice we're doing the Rhino Bond system. We have our Rhino Bond plates. Everything's in a nice straight line.
Correct.
Notice that they've got a line chalked right there, and they got a line chalked up to run those. What are these additional ones that are not in the purlins? What are those for?
That's insulation plates.
Just a standard.
Just to keep it from curling.
Yeah, and it's
hold it in place.
There's no pull value to that. It's just holding it in place.
Yes.
So I mean, it's pretty simple. You can see there's the chalk line. Here's my purlin. All I'm going to do, put a little mark. Now I can snap a line from there to there. This will get covered up, and we just work our way down.
Right.
You can also see how everything's going to tie in here.
Which is the same height as the nailer.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's going to make our edge detail look perfecto.
And you're not below, so you're not creating a dam for water.
Exactly. So we've got what, like 1.5 inch? I'm guessing 3 inch span there.
Yeah.
So our cover board, I mean, we're using 1.5 inch ISO for a cover board.
Right.
We could drop down a 1/2 inch.
Yeah, high density.
Like a wood fiber or something like that's not going to cover the span.
No.
It's got to be something that's got to be,
Cementitious.
Cementitious. There's that word again. Yeah. So again, you guys are looking at bidding one of these jobs. I know wood fiber is probably a little, and I don't want to say cheaper, less expensive side than something else, but it's not going to work for us because
it's
guy,
too wide.
if you step in that,
Yep.
it's going to crush it.
Well, and also, Wally, you have to look at the induction welding. You need at least 1 inch over a metal deck so it doesn't think it's all
Yeah, because the machine will sense that, and that could fry your machine.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. All right, Dave, with a typical heat induction system, as per GAF specs, we tell you, you really don't stagger. Now, guys are going to watch this and go, what are you talking about? Why do we stagger insulation?
I think staggering has been around forever, and people just stagger because that's what they've always done.
Well, for thermal drive, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, usually now it's two layers.
Yeah, two
almost
layers.
layers of two whatever.
So it doesn't really matter here. We could have run them non-staggered or staggered because we have our heat induction plates are in a straight line. So it doesn't really matter one way or the other.
Because if you run a regular pattern, you're not going to do any good.
Right.
So you have to run a straight line on purlin.
Yeah. So this is not a typical heat induction pattern.
No, not at all.
All right, Dave, so the heat induction system we're strapping, which means we're running the insulation and the membrane this way. Now, once we get to, we're going to go about halfway, and we're going to show the audience another way to do this roof on this half. So we're going to be running mechanically attached sheets this way. So we're probably going to turn our insulation and go the same way as that membrane.
Okay.
Basically, what's holding the roof on, these are 5 foot apart, so we're going to go 6 foot sheets. Well, we only got 4 foot wide insulation. So all we're going to do is just like we did here. All those are in a pan just to stop the insulation from curling. And what's holding the roof on the building is going to be the mechanical attachment into the purlin through the sheet.
Correct.
Which is totally opposite from a heat induction system.
Correct. Now it's traditional mechanical,
just a traditional,
but with purlin fasteners.
So there's no reason to have insulation attachment into the purlin.
No.
Your sheet wants to be in the purlin.
Absolutely.
So that's why we're probably going to turn the insulation and go this way. So
Makes sense to me.
Stay tuned tomorrow.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Wally. Check out our videos at gaf.com/roofingitright.